Whoa! You startled me there. I was just about to shoot a wild kangaroo. Best meat ever. Well, while you're here, let me tell you a little bit about mangroves. Say that together now. Mangroves. Let's just talk about that for a little bit. The geology of mangroves. Let's think about that for a second. Mangroves, they're like swamps or coastal woodlands, you would say. They're totally submerged. Now, you might be wondering, what's wrong with mangroves? And that's a serious question. One of the major reasons mangroves are being endangered is because of the rising sea levels. The polar caps are melting because of global warming, which is causing the sea levels to rise. This is going to soon submerge the mangroves. Another problem is deforestation. Just like in the jungles of the Amazon, mangroves are being taken down to make way for commercial salt making and shrimp farming.
Okay. Sir, you just killed like 20 animals with that thing. You sure you want to lick it?
Shut up.
Sir, we're recording. We're rolling.
Okay. Start over.
Rolling.
Every ecosystem in the ocean has its food chains. This is the ecosystem of the mangrove. As you can see, it's mostly made up of small animals, not like whales or big sharks. Let's start from the beginning. The basis of a mangrove food chain is, of course, plankton. Now, plankton is the basis of every food chain, and it's not something that you can just take away. We also have seaweed and leaves from the mangrove trees. These are very, very nutrient-rich trees. They provide for a lot of the animals. So there you go. That's the first stage of a food chain in the mangroves. Second chain, we go to prawns, mussels, and limpets. Now, these are more towards the bottom of the food chain. They'll eat those nutrients, those plankton, in the seaweed. Not much to them except they're eaten by another wave of food chain members. Next part of the food chain, we have the whelk and the crab. The crab, pretty dominant in the mangrove food chain. It's mostly because there's not many big fish in the mangroves. So crabs are definitely prominent, and they get a good life there. Next line, we have the fish, the gull, and the lobster. Now, fish are also very prominent in the mangrove and can get bigger and eat crabs, but it depends on their size. Most mangroves are used as nurseries for small fish and sharks. The gull, another big predator in the mangrove. You can eat every single one of these things. Then the lobster, of course. Lobster is a big predator too. And this is just an example food chain in the mangroves. So there might be a couple other species that we didn't mention, but this is just one example. So.
Rolling.
What?
Rolling.
Okay. This is the map of the mangroves. It's lesson number 1. As you can see, mangroves are mostly located in tropical warm areas where they can get a lot of sunlight and the temperatures are not too cold. As you some examples of areas where mangroves might be is Africa, Southeast Asia, South America, North America, and my homeland Australia. The one you saw today, it was in Queensland, Australia. So we're going to move on to lesson number 2. This is about the food chain of a mangrove. As you can see, it all starts out with phytoplankton.
We're back on. We're back on. Enough.
Huh?
Okay, so like.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna. Go. Alright, go into water. 3, 2, 1. Oh, flapjack. Just start like doing like a fish thing.